My friend Carol Judd shared this story with me of a most remarkable experience. Again, seek and expect miracles, President Nelson said. She told of a time when she was serving as a port of entry police officer in June of 1997, and how she and another female officer were traveling to a meeting in Phoenix. It was early in the morning. They were just past the Tuba City Junction when they came upon a car accident. They were the first ones on the scene. She gave me the following details. She said that in the accident there were two Navajo men, a father and a son. The son was about 25 or 30 years of age. The father had sustained a very bad head injury and was pretty obvious he was not going to make it. The son was banged up pretty bad, but he was going to be all right. Carol said, "We tried everything we could for the father. We cleaned him up the best we could while waiting on the ambulance." And then, she said, out of nowhere, a very tall Navajo man who was beautifully dressed in starched jeans and a white starched long-sleeve shirt appeared at the scene. He was wearing a beautiful old turquoise Navajo concha belt, an old turquoise squash blossom necklace, and big old turquoise bracelets. His hair was long, black, and was very carefully groomed into braids. He was impeccably dressed, almost military in appearance. He walked over to the dying man, knelt down, put his hands on his head, and gave him a blessing to be released from this life. Carol said he never spoke to me or the other officer, but as quick as he came, he got into a car and left, having never spoken a word to either of us. And Carol said, I knew that something special was going on because of the feeling of peace that was there at that moment. The man himself was someone very special. I've never seen anything like him before or since. He was truly beautiful. Was this wonderful priesthood man mortal or immortal? Doesn't matter. He was the angel at the moment, the ministering messenger sent from God. Last story for tonight. It was early summer, 1916, near Tabiona in eastern Utah. The Ward Relief Society president, Esther Wagstaff, decided that she would pay a visit to those sisters who lived across the river, who had been shut in by winter snows and bad roads all season. She asked one of her counselors to go with her, Elena, Dorothy, Lambert, Mitchie. The two of them climbed in the wagon and began their ministering journey of love and duty. As the day progressed, they traveled from sister to sister, making their visits. Each time they came to a gate to someone's property, Sister Mitchie would climb down, open it, and wait for Sister Wagstaff to drive the wagon through, and then she would close it and climb back up in the wagon. Now, for a pioneer woman in her 60s, that's a bit of a chore, especially for one suffering from severe varicose veins. Elena, or Grandma Lena, as her family referred to her, said, "Well, we turned homeward, and of course there were the gates to go through again, but we didn't talk of that. I just climbed out of the wagon and opened each gate as we came to it. And when Sister Wagstaff had driven through, I closed the gate again and got back into the wagon. As we neared the last gate, Sister Wagstaff said, 'Hasn't this been a satisfying day? It's been so good to visit these sisters.' And Grandma Lena said, 'Yes, it's been a wonderful day. Now, if we just didn't have to open any more gates.' And then Grandma Lena said, to our amazement, the gate just ahead of us opened by itself. The heavy piece of 2x4 that went from the gate into the gate posts moved by itself, and the gate swung open. I had dragged it open a few hours before. Sister Wagstaff drove through. One of us said in a whisper, 'Let's watch and see if it closes.' We both turned around and watched as the gate swung shut and was fastened. My friends, I want you to understand, President Nelson is a prophet of God. He commanded us to seek and expect miracles as part of gaining spiritual momentum. What kind of miracles will the Lord do for you to open the gate and get you on your way along the covenant path? I'm Glenn Rawson. Thank you for watching tonight. I will be monitoring the Fireside even as you are watching, though I may be on the other side of the world. Good night. God bless. And may the angels of the Lord be with you.